All right, so we don't do traditional window cleaning a whole lot, but if we have to do it, this is where all the supplies can be found. You'll need the bucket. You'll need the soap. The soap can go in there. You are going to need one of these equipment pouches. Strap you there. Down there. Awesome. You're going to need a squeegee bucket. Squeegee. You'll need a 12-inch scrubber. You need a 6-inch scrubber. And you're going to need cloths. Alright, so you're going to want 2 cloths of kind of the same color, so yellow and green. Those are going to be your 2 dry cloths. 2 of the same color again. These are going to be your wet cloths. And then you want one of these, which is a scrubbing pad. So you got your 2 dry cloths. These are going to be your wet cloths. And you have a scrubber. We'll go ahead, put this bag away. I got my squeegee, my scrubber on this side. Now we'll go ahead and we'll fill up our bucket. All we need is a little bit. That was probably a little bit too much, honestly. And we're going to unscrew this and just start filling it up with water. All right. Now we got our water filled. Let's go ahead and clean the window. All right, so I wet these 2 cloths. We'll put them over here. All right, so we get to a window. There's a screen in. What do? Pull here. Screen's here. Move it out of the way. Just put it to the side. Throw that out of the way. And I'm going to use the big one here today. We're going to go ahead, dunk it in our soap water, and squeeze it out so it's not too wet. We don't want it too wet. All right, throw that back in there. First thing we're going to do on a window, we're going to go ahead and take our wet cloth. We're going to wipe down so we get most of the dirt off just with this. We're going to wipe the frames. Wipe all the frames. This one's a little more dirty. And then really get in here and make sure we're cleaning this stuff off, right? This is kind of where it gets really dirty because the screen's in the way. When we offer window cleaning, we offer windows, frames, and sills, a full 3-in-1. So we can't just be cleaning the windows, we need to be cleaning the frames as well, because if the frames are dirty like up here and it rains and it gets dirty, the windows will just get dirty again. So we got to make sure that we're wiping all of it down. All right, now go ahead and take our scrubber, scrub it on there. And so you're going to apply a good amount of force, back and forth, getting the entire window done, sideways, and really hit all those corners and really scrub quite hard. Throw that back in there. Now we're taking the scrubber pad, and it just gives us a better, more aggressive scrub to make sure all the dirt is really coming loose on there. So hit all those corners, scrub, scrub, scrub. Awesome. Now that that's done, we're going to take one of our clean ones. We're just going to detail that top line right there. And you'll see why in a second. Take your squeegee, make sure it's dry. See how this one, the rubber's been pulled out a little bit? Make sure it's kind of even on both sides, as best as you can. We're gonna go ahead, 45-degree angle. See our hands here, 45-degree angle. Make sure the rubber's touching one side, and we are going to pull all the way down. And off, wipe, wipe. Same on this side now. Hit the corner, 45-degree angle, and pull all the way down. That window's done. You take your detailing cloth, not the wet one, the clean one, and you wipe all of these corners. Now this window is nice and clean. We'll re-demonstrate on this one. We got a soapy cloth to get the dirt off it. Get all this all cleaned out. Take our scrubber, scrub the whole thing down, back into the squeegee pouch. Take our scrubbing pad, get really into there. And now this time, I'm going to show you what will happen if you have the wrong angle on your squeegee. See how it's wet? Let's dry it off. If you have it too high, see how you're missing soap here. If you have it too low, you're going to smear. So 45-degree angle is what we're looking for. Scrub this back. And I'm going to show you on this reversible one what we want to do, right? We want to hit that top corner here, straight pull all the way down. You got to keep your arm at that same level. And then what we also don't want to do is to go too far, because see how we're missing this line right here? You need to overlap, because this will leave a streak afterwards. And so make sure every time you overlap, and we're pulling in a 45-degree motion, 45-degree motion. Then we come back, detail all the frames, make sure that there's no soap left, and then make sure we dry this off. Something that you may be able to notice, you probably can't see on the camera, you might not be able to see on my camera, is you can see that the window still looks dirty. However, that is on the inside. You'll get to know it a little better once you've done it a lot, but if you put my finger along, see how that is on the inside of the window, not the outside. And so what I just did with my finger there would probably leave a bit of dust. That's why you don't want to put your hands on the windows at all. But there may be times that you think the window still looks dirty, but give it another try. If it doesn't come off, then squeegee it off again. All that dirt is on the inside. Now the last thing we want to do would be to make sure that this is dry, and then we would throw the screen back in. If the screen is dirty, let me show you how to clean it. Sometimes we will upsell them to get the screens cleaned, and I'll show you what a screen cleaning looks like. It's very simple. All you do, take a wet cloth, wipe all the outside of the frame, wipe everything down, wipe all this, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and take your scrubber, dip it in the water and soap, dip it in the soap, and we're going to scrub it down just like this. Scrub the whole thing down, just like that. And then find somewhere and just bang the bubbles out of it. One side, hold both sides, bang the bubbles out of it, and now take your dry cloth and just go all over, get all the soap off of it. Nice and quick, takes about 2 minutes. Clean the outside of that frame there. And then once again, pop it back in. That one's back in, and that one's back in. But that's how you clean a traditional window. It's a lot harder than doing the water-fed pull. It takes some skills, but sometimes there's a need for us to do it just by hand.